Welcome to our channel. Did you know that in the last election, over 100 million eligible voters stayed home? That's a lot of voices not being heard. But why does it matter? The 2024 presidential election is only a few days away. This contest represents a match between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. In 2020, a record 155 million Americans cast their vote, forever altering the course of our nation. 4 years later, this election has tremendous stakes for Americans of all walks of life. Your vote will help decide the future of healthcare, immigration reform, economic policy, women's health, social programs, foreign aid, and so much more. Today, we're diving into the 10 reasons why you should vote. Voting isn't just a right, it's your chance to impact your community and country. So let's explore why casting your ballot is crucial and how it shapes our future. 10. It's your money. One way or the other, every person in our community pays taxes, both citizens and non-citizens. And yet, most people don't know how that money is being used. Voting is your chance to choose how your tax dollars are spent, such as additional funding for healthcare and social services. This happens both through your vote on specific propositions and ballot measures, as well as those we elect to leadership positions that commit to supporting key social services in our communities. 9. Voting is an opportunity for change. Do you want to make a positive impact in your community? Voting gives you that chance. There are many social issues affected by elections, including gay marriage, immigration, reproductive rights, public education, etc. Social issues affect everyone in one way or another. Voting serves as a conduit through which we can advocate for and enact policies that address pressing social issues, championing equality, justice, and opportunity for every individual, regardless of background or circumstance. To have a say in who gets to determine social agendas, it's essential to vote. 8. The community depends on you. Our communities are made up of family, friends, loved ones, neighbors, and children. Some may not know how important voting is, while others cannot vote. Voting isn't just a civic duty. It's a profound responsibility to represent not only yourself, but also those who cannot advocate for themselves, including loved ones who depend on your voice. Make sure your voice is heard. Your vote is your health. 7. Get politicians working for young people. Voter turnout is the percentage of voters that have actually taken part in the election. Politicians may sometimes consider voter turnout before making key policy decisions. If a certain demographic's turnout is high, then politicians may be more likely to make policy that benefits that demographic in order to please them and subsequently win their votes or retain their support. 6th, fight against racism and discrimination. With the rise of anti-AANHPI hate and discriminatory policies affecting Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, now is more important than ever to have your voice and concerns heard by the people in power. Voting and encouraging others to vote is one of the most effective ways to make politicians listen to your concerns. According to the 2020 Asian American Voter Survey, at least 72% of Asian Americans believe there is discrimination against Asian people in our society today. Meanwhile, at least 76% of Asian Americans worry about experiencing hate crimes, harassment, and discrimination because of COVID-19. Vote to ensure our communities feel safe in the places they live and work. 5. Your daily life and your family's future are impacted. Think about the future. What kind of society do you want for your kids or grandkids? By voting today, you're setting the stage for their tomorrow. Our collective votes will always generally impact our home life, our communities, and beyond. Though we may tend to think that we are untouchable or even unaidable, that's simply not the case. By voting and being civically engaged in our communities, we can make a profound difference to create permanent results. Your vote helps decide what kind of education, healthcare, and environment they will have. 4. Be a voice for those who cannot vote. Ever since voting became practiced in the U.S., there have been many hurdles for minority and disenfranchised groups in this country that have prevented them from voting fairly and freely. For example, Washington, D.C., Maine, and Vermont are the only areas that allow convicted felons to vote, even while they are incarcerated. This group of disenfranchised people makes up roughly 2% of the voting-eligible population that has their potential vote withdrawn. If you are an eligible voter, not only are you voting and expressing your own opinion, but you are also lending your voice to others who cannot articulate their beliefs on their own. 3. You deserve to have a say in your future. Depending on who is voted for in your constituency, it could significantly impact your future. Especially if you are 18, since you will begin to experience significant change in your life over the next few years, moving from school to university, college, or employment. When you are 18, you will likely be working and paying taxes. As such, you should be able to decide who spends those taxes and who shapes your future. 2. It's your right. Not voting is giving up your voice. Today, most American citizens over the age of 18 are entitled to vote in federal and state elections, but voting was not always a right for all Americans. Every vote cast is a testament to the struggles of those who came before us, a tribute to their sacrifices, and a pledge to uphold the principles of democracy. Voting is the voice of the people, the mechanism through which we express our hopes, dreams, and aspirations for a better future. It is the great equalizer, where every individual, regardless of background or status, possesses the same weight in shaping the course of our country. 1. Elections have consequences. You have the power to make key decisions on the quality of life you want for yourself, your family, and your community. Voting is your chance to stand up for the issues you care about, like affordable housing, women's health, economic justice, environmental protection, and quality education. While presidential or other national elections draw significant attention, midterm and local elections typically see less voter turnout. A Portland State University study found that fewer than 15% of eligible voters were turning out to vote for mayors, council members, and other local offices. Low turnout means that important local issues are determined by a limited group of voters, making a single vote even more statistically meaningful. Now that you know these 10 reasons to vote, what will you do next? Take a moment to comment below about why voting is important to you. Don't forget to like this video and share it with friends who might need that extra push to get to the polls. Together, let's make our voices heard. Because when we all vote, we shape the future. Subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for watching.